Welcome to the DJN TV Chill Room Chat, your space to unwind and talk shop. This episode is sponsored by MadeByDJs.com, innovative tools designed specifically by DJs for DJs. DJEventPlanner.com, the industry standard for streamlining your business and booking faster. And DJRequests.com, the easiest way to manage your dance floor's vibe in real time. Support the show by using our Amazon affiliate link at djntv.com/Amazon. Now, let's get into the mix.
Weddings? I don't do weddings. I don't do weddings. You know why? Bridezillas. Hi, this is Bill. This is Creative License, and thanks again for checking in on my show. And thanks if you've been nice to my sponsors. Electro Voice, DJ Event Planner, Disc Jockey News, Perfect Portals, Promo Only, and of course my workshop, The Entertainment Experience. So yeah, Bridezillas. Of course you wouldn't want to do weddings because every bride's a Bridezilla, right? No. Look, I've been doing weddings 40 years. 40 years. And I've never had a Bridezilla. If they were as prevalent as people say, I probably would have lots of Bridezilla stories. But I don't. Why do you think that is? And where do you think Bridezilla comes from? Look, I know the TV shows want to show a privileged young woman who wants what she wants, and she's going to treat everybody like they're the lowest of servants, and they're going to make their lives miserable. And yeah, I've seen the shows. I've never met the person. I've never been hired by a client like that. And maybe I have been lucky, maybe. But what I think Bridezillas are is that they're clients that don't trust the process. Okay, they've just spent a lot of money on down payments and retainers and on deposits on lots of different things. In the middle of it, they did it while they were really excited about the fact that they were getting married. And they didn't know what they were doing, because they never do, right? Unless you've got somebody who's gotten married once or twice or even three times already, they don't know what they're doing. They just don't. So, and they don't want to look like they don't know what they're doing. They think they're going to get taken advantage of if they look like they don't know what they're doing. And then once they spend all this money, if they're going to do, let's say, a $10,000 wedding, and they've put $5,000 down already before anybody that they've hired has done anything, with a contract that says you got to pay the rest of it when the wedding shows up. In fact, many of us, we want that money at least a month before. And that's $10,000 is a small amount of money. But let's just, you can extrapolate that into $30,000 or $50,000 or $1 million, whatever that is that they're spending. Take about half of that money, and they've spent it, and they don't know what they're doing. And then they go to a wedding, and they see all the things in a different light. And they see the services that they're not sure they like very much. They see the stress that the bride went through. They listen to their friends who had a wedding and said, oh my God, the DJ was terrible. He didn't do this, he didn't do that, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Well, what did you do ahead of time to be sure that this person trusted you? Did you know before you took that contract that you had a mutual trust? Because if you have that, you're going to have less of it. It doesn't mean you won't have any, because it does show up. It does show up for me. Okay, I have lots of people that say a lot of great things about me, and a lot of people have hired me because of those things. And even if they've seen me before, then as they get closer and they start thinking about their day, and they've been listening to their mother tell them they don't know what they're doing, and their bridesmaids saying that they should have done it this way, or another vendor that said this, or they went to another wedding and they saw a bad DJ or a bad florist or bad lighting. Now they start to worry that they don't have a handle on this. I don't know what I'm really doing. And now they start showing up asking you a lot of questions that you thought that they just trusted you to handle. So what are you doing? You're calling them a Bridezilla? Really? They're just worried. They're just worried. What is your job before you get to the day is to make sure that they get that they've made the right choice. Not by treating them poorly or treating them dumb, but by treating them with respect. You see, most of their vendors had said things to them like, hey man, I know what I'm doing. Just let me do my thing and you're going to be happy. Or they went to an event venue and they said, well, I really want the room to look like this and the dance floor to be there and the bar to be over there. And the venue said, oh, that's not the way things are done. We've done 1,000 weddings and the bar's always been there and the DJ's always been there and the dance floor's always been there and it's always been great. We know what we're doing. We know you're inexperienced. Just listen to us. What does she hear? She hears judgment. That she doesn't know what she's doing and she should just listen. She hears it from her friends. She hears it from her mother. She hears it from anybody that she tells that she's getting married, because everybody's got some advice, and all of that advice to a young person that doesn't know what they're doing, or even an old person that doesn't know what they're doing, sounds like judgment. Sounds like no matter what you do, you're going to screw this up. So here's a bunch of ways to be sure that you micromanage the thing, to be sure that the person who shows up doesn't screw up. Okay, got that. So you sit with your client again and you talk about what they want and you make sure that they understand that you see their vision and you're going to do everything you can to make sure their day is good. And then all of a sudden, instead of you saying to them, I know better than you, you're saying, I get it. I understand. Let me say what I can do. If we change it, make it this way, it'll be this. If we change it and make it this way, it'll be that. You can have either one you want. Which one do you want? Which one's going to work for you? Now you're the only vendor that's not treated them like an idiot. You are the only person in their life when it comes to their wedding that doesn't treat them with judgment. When their mother's doing it to them and you're not, how valuable are you? There are no Bridezillas. There are nervous people. Remember, you do this all the time. They've never done it. What do you think? Write down your notes below. Tell me what you think. If you like it, subscribe, share it. Please share. I'm Bill. This is Creative License, and I'll see you next week.